bit of the extra movement you need in the old shoulders. We rolling, are we?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. Right, we are back at Box End. This morning we're going to do a full distance iron swim, so 4 kilometres in the water. The first time I've done it outdoors. I've done it in the pool a couple of times, so we'll see what the time is. I'm just going to take it nice and easy. It's not a race. Focus on my technique and see what time I get, and then we'll give you the data afterwards. And then when I get out, I'm going to then run back to my house, so probably about 16 miles depending on how we do for time. I need to be back at a certain time. Let's see how we get on. Update this week, we had an email from Ironman. They announced that the event is definitely on. They've had the safety clearance and they've started sending out emails with race numbers and stuff like that. So we are 2 weeks out and it's officially on. So it's go time. I'm literally in my last weekend of training before I start tapering on Monday. Obviously I'll be training throughout the next couple of weeks, but I'm definitely going to be dropping the volume. Last night was a little bit crap. I had a terrible night's sleep with my son, but I'm here. Got here a bit too early actually. We ended up getting here an hour early, thinking it opened at 7, but it opens at 8. Even though I booked it for 8 o'clock. What can you do about these things? But yeah, feeling a bit tired, but it's the last weekend of full training. We've got to get it in. Ironman UK is in 2 weeks' time. We're ready to go. I'm feeling excited. I'll see you out on the swim. Tunes as well, mate.
No, no.
If you love me too.
I was waiting there for you.
Where are we? That was fun. So, my eyes are a bit puffy, as you can see. But I did the full distance in 1 hour 16. That was 3,800 metres, but then we had about 400 metres to go, so I ended up doing 4,219 in 1 hour 25. The average pace was 2 minutes per 100. yeah, let's see what my heart rate was saying. I know it's quite good. Yeah, average heart rate 143, so that was a nice 143. So that's a nice zone 2, you know, kind of early zone 2 sort of pace. So I was taking it relatively steady around, felt good. So that's good. So I mean, what was my goal? My goal 107 for Ironman, and that was a 116. So we're about 9 minutes shy of that. Now I'm probably going to, you know, average high pace at around 155 beats per minute, maybe, on the swim. So that's going to give me probably an extra maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds per 100 meters. I think we're there or thereabouts. What I noticed on the way around, wearing both wetsuit and tri-suit, it was very, very tight in the shoulders from the start. My shoulders were fatiguing, so I'm probably going to opt for my other tri-suit. This one's a bit tighter, a bit more snug. Prefer the colour of this one, but the other one's it's got a bit of a better fit around the shoulders, so I think that would be the perfect one for Ironman, because this is certainly too tight today. Maybe my shoulders were a bit fatigued. I've done a lot of I've done some sea swimming last week, including an absolute war with the current, which I lost. So maybe my shoulders were fatigued from that. That was on Thursday. It's Saturday today. Now I'm going to dry off slightly, get some water down me, put my trainers on, take this wetsuit off, and I'm going to run back to my house. Now what's the time? We've got a couple of hours to get back. So let's see if we do it. See you soon.
I've lost Dale.
So I've been found, as you know. I got a little bit lost en route. Well, me and James lost each other. We didn't have any contingency plans in place to re-find each other. So I ended up doing a solo run to a pub, and then 11 miles in the end. Made a phone call to the missus from the pub because I didn't have my phone on me, because I'm wearing my tri-suit and I'm a donut. Yeah, but I ran to the pub 11 miles and called the missus. She let James know, and James came to rescue me, and here he is over there. It was a pretty grueling run, both kind of physically and mentally actually. I was pretty dehydrated from the swim, didn't really take on much fluid after the swim, and I thought, you know, James is going to be in the car following me, so, you know, he's got my water bottle, and with all my fluid I can just ask him for it on the way around, but it didn't happen. So we were just, I was just running down a busy road thinking about how I was going to rescue the situation. my missus had to be in, the reason why there was more of a problem is because my missus had to be at a appointment, a dental appointment, which I'm guessing she's missed, or she's gone with the children, which is probably not ideal. So I was going to run almost home, and then James was going to drive the rest of it, so we made it back in time. But that didn't happen. Well, it sort of did happen, but we didn't make it back in time because James was driving me now. But it would have been a slightly longer run otherwise. So, but we got 11 miles in, and that was after the swim. And the swim was good. Felt good, like I said, a little bit tightness around the shoulders, probably wetsuit, dry suit, probably a bit of fatigue, but actually comfortable in the water, nice heart rate. So overall, good day's training. The run was an 8:30-minute mile pace. Didn't feel particularly productive. Heart rate was kind of a little bit higher because I was running a bit faster in some of the middle miles to try and make it back, but then I realised I was never going to make it back in time, so I then bailed on that and just slowed it down again. But I just felt kind of a bit dehydrated, and then it was kind of mentally grueling as well, because I was like, oh, how long am I going to be out here for? I mean, am I going to make it back? Am I going to get murdered by my missus when I get home? All the stuff that you have to worry about when you're running, of course. I suppose I still got that to worry about now, actually. Don't know why I'm so relaxed. But yeah, and also I've got this. I spoke about it much on the blog, but on the left hand side I've got a bit of a hamstring and calf niggle, which came on maybe about 4 weeks ago. No, sorry, about 3 weeks ago, and it came on when I woke up in the morning and we set our house alarm. I went downstairs without my phone, and then realised the house alarm was on. So as I went to sprint back up the stairs, I felt my hamstring strain. So it wasn't even training induced; it was dimwit induced. As you see, these things seem to happen on these. Well, I'm starting to call them the Iron Adventures. With Dale and James, we seem to be making a hash of things. But even though we're Ironman triathlon amateurs in terms of the technology, in terms of the equipment, all that type of stuff, physically we know what we're doing, at least. Nutritionally we know what we're doing, because that's what we spend our lives doing at work. So but yeah, we seem to be making a hash of a lot of things, but it makes for interesting training and interesting days. There's never a dull moment on these Iron Adventures. But all in all, good week. Well, well, almost at the end of the week of training. Like I say, last week of training before I start to deload, which is going to be Monday. Tomorrow I've got a 6-hour cycle followed by a half an hour run off the bike, and then I start deloading. Ironman UK is in 2 weeks' time. I'm absolutely buzzing about it, can't wait. And I will catch you again very, very shortly for more Iron Adventures.